All right, let's quickly move it along because of our time to perhaps our last topic for the day. That is on the numerous fire outbreaks at INEC offices. If you've been looking at the news for the last couple of months now, there's been one fire incident too many, especially targeted at INEC offices, even though some of them have been attributed to power surges. But on the streets of social media, people seem to think there is perhaps another intention for all of this. Now, the most recent of them all happened in Enugu, I think. That was Thursday night, all right? The fire incident at INEC office in Obolo-Afo. I hope I got that right.
Obolo-Afo.
Obolo-Afo, all right. Now,
don't let your husband hear that. The way your products.
Oh no, it's fine. We're not from there. Operatives attached to the division of police there raced to the scene, and well, they said the fire may have been caused by power surge due to sudden power supply to the building. That is the official statement. But this one in Enugu, there's been one in Imo, there's been another one in Kaduna, in Anambra, there's been another one in Kano, you know, and it goes on, and it's all INEC offices.
Yeah. It's a desperation. Patience, you don't seem to know our politicians. They are a bunch of, funny people. And it shows you what they are actually coming to do. The fact that fire is raging INEC offices is indicative of the fact that there's this desperation to come into office. If you are coming into office to come and work, you don't need to beg, be desperate about it. But my own thinking now is not even why INEC office, okay, alone. My own is where I'm coming from the perspective of our preparedness to fight fire. How prepared are we? Now, at every turn, we refer to federal government. Federal government must do this, federal government must do that. State governments must also ensure that it's scandalous that a state, my state, for instance, Delta, recently, well, not very recently, sometime last year, fire gutted a place in Agbo where the governor comes from, and it took only 7 hours about that before the fire engine could arrive. A whole Agbo, an old town, headquarters of a local government. You don't have a fire engine, don't you get? So before fire rages to the level of burning down the complete, so where is the where are the fire service people? How come they didn't respond? So how prepared are we? And then if you come to a building, it's only in Nigeria that I say that you come to a building, if you come, you don't even see their preparedness for fire. In most serious places, except some big businesses in Via and Ikoyi, you see that they have fire assembly points. That's the recommendation. At every floor, you must have fire extinguisher, and all that. And there is different color for a fire caused by, electricity, the one for petrol and all that, and how to fight it with a particular fire extinguisher. But all these don't trickle down, to the ordinary places, and that is why an INEC office can actually burn down. If you put fire in an INEC office that has a fire department or a fire service that is not too far away, I do not see why the building will completely burn down. If you check in Lagos here, the only place I've seen fire engine is this one here in Ikeja, opposite the General Hospital. And I do not think I've seen one there, and then suddenly they increased to 2. But I hope they don't push it to start. Point is that we don't seem to be prepared for everything. Forget the conspiracy theory of the coincidence of fire taking place in all INEC offices. My argument is, how prepared are we to respond to these fires? So
the pastor actually took credit for prophesizing that INEC office will be born. That the prophesizing that it has come to pass, he took credit. He said a media release, and I'm asking,
oh my goodness, please.
What on earth are we turning into? Peter, have you ever seen that a prophet who owns a church took credit that he said that, I say it, that INEC office will begin to burn, and it has come to pass. Is that what you took credit for?
It is to attract customers to this church.
This is Peter, you have spoke very well. I don't need to add anything. I want to, there is one at Ilepo.
One what?
One fire service station
Okay.
at Ilepo. I went there, I took my wife to the market, so I said, let me just do a small investigation. So I walk in there, like an ordinary person. This one, please, you guys have 2 trucks. He said, okay, those trucks, don't they work there? There's somebody that works there, that the trucks
don't work.
You can imagine how many, look, we have a serious fire incident in this country where a fire service truck was looking for water. It's as sad as that.
That's like an every
listen, let us also come back to who we are. When IBB, I remember I was in secondary school when IBB started NRC and SDP. You remember, Peter?
Yep.
He was building secretariat in each local government too. And I remember in Oron, the fights that they should take that secretariat to their place. I was not enlightened, but I could remember vividly the fights that happened. That people were saying, how could you put 2 secretariat in Eyobas? One is on Maritime Academy Road, and the other one is on the Estate Road. The SDP was on the Estate Road. What is it? They fight the Gwita people, the Uyaro people, everyone, they were fighting one another. Why would they take 2 secretariat to go and build in Eyobas? Now, today, you have an INEC office in your place. And I believe that those security officers in those INEC offices are from your place. And I also believe that those clerks, they will not import them from somewhere. They will come from your place. The cleaners will come from your place. At what point would you go and raise a property like that down? Where is our conscience? That's coming back to us. Okay, if you don't want a election take place in your place, if we are a very serious country, which I believe we are, and we have a serious central data system, do you think you have succeeded in doing anything?
No.
Do you think that you have succeeded, that what you have just done is to burn down a building that just is a signpost to the fact that INEC has a presence here? Do you think you have done anything? The same thing I spoke about here last week, that I talked about how people are going about killing a policeman. Just if I'm an old man and a policeman is in Nnewi and they say people in Nnewi kill that policeman, do you think I can forgive a Nnewi man? Nnewi man in my place will leave my place in the middle of the night. Who knew nothing about it? At what point did we get to where we are, like, that we think the way we think? Is it not in this same country that this country was once a safest country to live in? That you can trek from one point to the other, that nobody will harass you, as long as you are trekking with good conscience.
You know, this conversation was actually supposed to be about the burning down of INEC.
That's what we are saying.
I know, right? But somehow it brought on another very, very salient issue, which is how proactive we are, or how ready or prepared are we really, you know, for emergencies.
Because fires happen.
Yeah.
Fires happen. Yeah, so
emergencies, it could happen to anybody. You know, I remember as a little girl growing up, I can't remember vividly if it was my father or who it was I was walking with then, but I recall on the roadside you see all those red things from they're called spigots, I guess. Mm-hmm. Now I'm an adult, I know that's what it's supposed to be called. So I asked, what is this thing? And they told me it's supposed to be for water supply.
Yes.
You know, to the fire engine.
Inlet and outlet.
Exactly, in case of a fire. I have never seen those things work before. I have never seen, since I was young, now that I'm getting old. You know what I mean? Like, I have never.
You're still young.
I've never seen it work before.
No.
But what I'm trying to say is, there's actually a provision for something like that. But why just wouldn't it work?
Yeah, if you go to Shell building in Lagos Island, and then the old NEPA building, or even MPA, they do fire drills once a month. the alarm will go off. The essence is to test your preparedness. And the psychology is that once you hear that fire alarm bell, leave whatever you're doing and go out and assemble at a particular point, and they will now do a roll call of, you know, and all that. So most buildings do that. But the typical Nigerian, you say fire drill, I beg, is not my portion. Whose portion is it? Truth of the matter is that accidents will always happen. That's why it is an accident. But you must prepare. You must. I can remember in those days when I was in England, in the aftermath of 9/11, and there was this security report that Britain could be next. And of course, in every office, they were doing drills and all that and preparing just in case it happened. And then on my holiday to Nigeria, 2 days after I arrived, there was now this terrorist attack on the bus and in the tube. And I told my wife, I said, look, these people are going to respond doors, because that was the practice then. And that was exactly what happened. See, until we begin to prepare ourselves for eventualities, then we will not be able to get to it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sandy. Quickly.